Everybody, it's Jess, your go-to YouTube dance commentator, and we have Ecstasy by XLOV, specifically Wumuti and Rui. I don't know if I'm ready for this. Will I ever be for an XLOV track? Regardless, I'm always excited and looking forward to seeing their work. And without further ado, let's get into it. Wow. I like the framing a lot of that section. Ooh. Nice. I see Mr. Feline as one of our dancers here. If you watch Stage Fighter with me, you know exactly who I'm talking about. Nice. I love the contrast roots to the rest of the hair and how it complements. Stop. Actually, don't stop. I want to keep watching, but how fun! The tension's really fun. That interruption of the arm is really nice. Thank you. Yes, yes, yes. 2, 3, 4. It's the eyes in the corner, like I know how it looks and I'm here for it. Flash in the dark. Yes, super full. We have that Vogue gong that we've heard. Yes. Are we gonna dip it? I'm sorry. What is that little pose that we just did? Hold on. What? Oh, how fun. Okay. From the top we go. Thank you, the K-pop, for having this, that we get to watch it, because they don't have a dance practice on their actual channel, which is why we were looking at Haru and Hyun's from this particular channels as well. Okay. I'm so glad that we got to watch this. Okay, from the top, I like the framing, or I like how we cover the eyes and create a nice stylized moment. The look, I like the focus of that too, with this tension walk happening from our dancers. I like the contrast of the white and the black. Always looks great. I even love the attention to detail with the hair. If you would be new to XLOV and you didn't know all the members, I would say you would really struggle to tell the difference between Wumuti and Rui, personally. Anyway, so I like when they take their arms, they bring it in. I like the accent with the shoulder. The interlock with stylized hands is really fun. The grab is fun. A balance out the gate, really nice to see there. Then they flick the flag up. We do a switch, just a nice little rigid walk as we transition it to more of a V, and then having Rui in the back, Wumuti in the front. Most likely we are splitting center. What I mean by that is a lot of times you'll see one person directly in behind or in front of another, that's not splitting center because one person is dedicated to center and the other is just in a different line in the back. So you may see them if there's, you know, a big enough height difference, but splitting center allows for us to see both people with this and give the same amount of love to seeing how they both do the dance, even though one of them is more of a focal point because they are closer to the foreground of us being able to see them. So I like that here. It's great, and I like the bleed on that, where you have the dancers in white versus the dancers in black. I like how complementary it is to those who are in the respective colors, right? So I like the angles, because a lot of times people will neglect this. Was specifically this angle is really tricky if you haven't conditioned this section of your wrist to be able to fold and create these lines, especially if you're going to go stylized. So I really like how when you see the walk forward, they send it up, they have it nice and clear, they wrap it around, that I like the hips, the isolation, and I like the hinge a little bit more forward, having for Wumuti to maintain feature. That's great. They bring it forward, they rotate it, bring it in. I like the stylized hands for more nuance. Then we do a reveal, we turn, we say hello, and we do a shoulder with a look at that. Stop it, look at this. So we turn, that's really cool. I like the subtlety of that, to where I didn't really catch it in the full watch, but it helps you appreciate it if you do watch it multiple times, catching little moments like that. That's cool. That is nice. It's very demure, I would say. It's a great way to do that. So we take it, sizzle it in, and then they go nice stylized hands. We bring it up, then we switch it, rotating it. I like the arch happening with the flick of the hand. Then we trace it. I love, once again, it's a hinge version of an arch, and then we take it, send it around, send it up, more of a reverse trace there. We tap it, hinge it, it's a teapot. There's a little chink, it's cute. And then bring it in, and then we drop it down, more trace. And then we bring it in, reset, so they interrupt. So it goes down, click, click, down, to the hip, down. Then they rotate, notice the hands go into a fist there. We take it, send it up. Then we have it flicked, bring it through. And I like that one's on the head and then the other is sent in. So I like that, that's catering to our tempo. There's a lot of hinges, a lot of angles, a lot of bent angles. I really like it. It's cool because it's framed in a way that's very complimentary, but it's not redundant. It's cool. They bring it in, that ball changes fun to the chest. They said, come here. Eye contact. If I was made, if they gave me eye contact like that, right there, watch. Because I don't think that was to camera. That was to Cindy Lou Who in the audience. Anyway, so I like that they crossed it across, and then we flick with the hands, then we create a trace across the jawline. We're walking, new spot, arms come up, drop it. I like the accent with the chest and hips. Then we frame to the inside. I like the knock on it. Then we're creating a nice trace across the hips, frame, flick, it's syncopated to the chest, send it around. I like the angles where we're going on more dense timing with our dancers, and then we get to chill it out with feature. I like the combination with the head. They send the arm up, the drop down, teasy. I like the angle established as we walk forward and the dancers move around. Can I say I really appreciate the attention to colors, because it feels like an effort was put into where the dancers were going in order to maintain balance in the composition in terms of colors, because you and I have both seen cases where we have a color palette that exists and it just doesn't satisfy the balance of what it can be, and it doesn't look like we were actually being intentional with our costuming. This does, because where our dancers are is mirrored, it's balanced, it's incredible. Thank you. The shoulder again, I like the bleed all the way through the fingers is nice, so we end up tracing it down. Lots of traces. You notice that I'm saying that so much, and a lot of framing. It's great. It's femme. We're here for it. And I like the da-da-da-da, where it's more of an assisted interlocked moment there. So same choreo as before. I like how we went from a fist to a stylized hand, and I think the nails absolutely contribute to seeing the stark difference in the stylization. They bring it down. That's a nice little canon. What's a canon? A canon is a sequence of movements with different start and finish times. So you're going to see our XLOV members go first, followed by our dancers, right? Down, 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 up. Nice. And then we end up tapping it as nice. We hinge it. Then they come back up. So instead of it being a 3-part, it's now a 2-part. And then they bring it in. Hit, hit. A lot of placements to traces. Then we hit, interrupt. So they go switch. Even the head is really nice here, where as I'm positioning myself, my head matters, whether I'm flicking it up, bringing it down, where I'm looking, just as much as what kind of stylization my hands are. I like the details of that. Arm swing. Hand in, just like that instance, right? Notice it was tilted. Then we end up isolating it through. A lot of these subtle isolations where my body's going somewhere and my focus is here. It's great. Then, now the dancers are the ones who went first. Then we go swing, swing. Nice. And then they bring it to the head, rotate it through. And then they said, come here. They go out with the crossover, and then we push it, and then we flick the hands with a trace once again. Then they drop low. I like that now we've covered the full face this time. We open it up, hit, hit, flick, flick, and I like the dancers showcasing an extroverted version of what the sound is. I thought that was great. Super nice to see. Really nice, syncopated. Come on now. And the framing is great. We flick it up. I like the trace down. That's really nice. Come on, hips. And then good fullness. Love to see that there. We open it. Great partnering. And then we end up bringing it through. Shimmy, shimmy. It's like a shimmy with the feet. That's cute. Then we flick with the hips. That is ridiculous, Rui. Look at the face here. It's like I'm a vampire ready to slay. Stop! I love it! And then we end up not using our arms on the first bet, and then we join in with the hands with a little crown-like accent. Drop it through. I like the levels. Come on, body roll. But this is a boundness. Ah! What a tease. And then we arch around. We got an arch for days. I like that we're being intentional with our timing, with our dancers as we walk. New position. Then we rotate it. And then we accent it back. And we said, here we go. Come on, moments. We hit it through with the pickup of the foot. And we redirect. There's that flash showcasing the arch. More showcasing of our flash. Good positions, going from every other is really nice. We switch it with a trace. Click, click. Hips are really fun there. Flick it up. Now, I can't really cite really any Vogue elements within this. I would say maybe hand performance. We don't have any dips. We don't have any catwalks or duck walks, which is totally fine. But to Gravity's point, whenever Gravity was mentioning how with Serve is a Vogue track in disguise, where it's not blatant like the gong sound that you hear here. And I like the fact that this one's not as much of a Vogue. It's feminine. It's femme, right? But it's not inherently like the Vogue style with the key elements in play as apparent, right? So I like how opposite it is, where the songs you would expect to be like, that's a Vogue track, they're not, and then also it's vice versa. It's really cool. I'm here for it. So we have a little party moment with everybody. We clap it. I like the accents with the hips. We end up looking. Chest, so the travel up with the arms is fun. I like the flick. They end up doing some sweeps around with the hinge over. I like the assistance with our dancer presenting the hand, and I like the flick up. It's all really nice. I like the tension with the drop down. I like the look over. It's nice. Then here we go. We rotate the hands around, getting ready to work. Send it up, pull it forward, we rotate, we flick it. Love the fan kick with the arch. We end up tapping it 3 times, and then we send that leg back. And then we end up pulling it in, and we go punch, punch. We rotate it around, showcasing shoulder flexibility. We hop in it. Then it's giving the Paris Gobel, Rihanna Super Bowl right there. To the floor, punch, punch. We rotate it to the knees. We drop it. We're so flexible. It's crazy. Then we sit into it like the goddess mermaids that we are. And then we go hit, hit. Then that destroys me. Stop it. That position is ridiculous. And then we have a fun frame at the tail end. Good Lord, I'm so glad it didn't wait. I'm glad we went ahead and looked at it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Any XLOV that you see should be on YouTube at this point, but it always goes up live first on Patreon as I watch it. So if you are impatient, just as myself, and you don't want to wait for one video a day on YouTube, you can get 5 times more and a lot more love, like XLOV, way faster on Patreon. So I'm Jess. I will catch you guys on the flip side. Bye.